Today we have Flames of War, and we're doing early war with German armor versus British infantry. It's going to be the hold the line scenario, with the British trying to hold on, so maybe this is Dunkirk or something like that. The British have artillery, some infantry, and a single Matilda as armor support. Now it may seem like very little armor to help, but in this period, the Matildas are very strong. The German force, meanwhile, does not really have anything that can take on that Matilda. They have a lot of Panzer Is, maybe a couple Panzer IIs, and a lot of armored vehicles. They're lined up and seem ready to just rush forward and take that objective. Let's see if they can do it. Because they have so much recon, they're able to push really far forward, and by the end of all their movement, they're right there in the British faces. They pour a lot of fire into the infantry, causing them to duck their heads, but they don't kill anybody yet. In the center, some of the recon have double-timed all the way down there and are already almost to the artillery. The British get lucky and they already have reinforcements on the table. The 3 heavy Matildas come in and they knock out that German recon that's in the center. The Germans shift a lot of their armor from the center over to the right, and they're going to try to skirt around the right side of those fields. The German armor on the left, meanwhile, goes in for the kill on the infantry. Their assault is very successful. They're knocking out infantry left and right, knocking the survivors back on their heels, but not quite 4 inches away from the objective. So they are still contesting it, digging in, trying to hold where they are. The British Matildas, meanwhile, suddenly see their error in coming in the center. Even though they took out some recon, they're really needed on the right side. They move up to the tree line, fire back at the German armor, but they aren't able to quite do very much to them. The German armor, meanwhile, rushes up to the remaining infantry and wipes them out. They have the objective. It is uncontested. The British have to push them back in order to keep this game going. They get their light tanks, this time wisely bringing them in on the right, and they open fire with everybody. The German armor is so light they can even hit them with machine guns. And they manage to do some damage, knocking out a few of them and causing others to bail. But it is not enough. They do not take out enough tanks. The Germans still have the objective at the beginning of their turn, and this game is over. It was practically over before it began, but it was primarily due to a smart maneuver they did in the center. The German player knew that he didn't have anything that could take out those heavy Matildas, so rather than trying to fight them, they lured them to the center by moving their recon in the center at the double, thus tempting the heavy Matildas to show up in that direction and get distracted in the wrong fight. That was a smart move on the part of the German player. It distracted the British from where he needed to be into a place where he was not needed. Very well played by the German player. Well, that'll do it for us here. I know it was a short battle. I'm sure next one will be a bit longer. But thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch our other videos. Happy gaming, everybody!